Hi, we're back. We got more games to show. It's the Indie Mix, and we're showing off a bunch of independent games. Great games that are up and coming, and we have swapped out guests. And now I have Don and Zach here showing off Black Future 88, which is another game we showed off last year. And I imagine you have a lot more new stuff to show, and you can show some high-level gameplay, right?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We haven't really touched it. It's been sitting on the shelf.
It's all good, because if you missed it last year, Black Future 88 is a roguelite, side-scrolling, combat-based game that it's pretty wild. I was playing a little bit last night, so I can get a feel for it and kind of understand what I'm getting into. But yeah, Zach's going to be on the controls over here, while Don and I are
going to narrate the experience, and it's a religious experience.
Less work for me, so I'm all good. All right, so give us, for those who don't know what Black Future 88 is, can you give us the rundown?
Of course. So Black Future 88 is a synth punk action roguelike drug-fueled nightmare fever dream where you only have 18 minutes to live before your heart explodes, and in that time you need to climb and murder a living tower called Skymelt. It's intense.
I was wondering what Skymelt was.
Skymelt is the name of the tower.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a special run today. We're gonna play Old Hauer, just because I think he's cool. Okay. And that's kind of how it is.
All right.
So Zach's gonna jump himself onto the murder train.
Sick.
There we go. We're gonna go murder some towers. It's a revenge suicide mission to avenge humanity. Okay. The game takes place in an alternate version of 1988 after a nuclear catastrophe.
Post-apocalypse.
Yeah, but you know it's pre-apocalypse retro future. So it's very specific.
Yeah. And apparently I was watching the intro and it's like no one keeps track of time anymore.
It might not actually be 1988.
It could be 20.
It could be 10 years after that. The actual time period they stopped keeping track of time after 1988 because that was just like it's almost like the BC 80 division. So but the technology is still stuck in 1988.
Yeah, and the aesthetic is very 80s synthwave, like synth punk, as you said.
Synth punk. So it's a lot of analog synths, a lot of analog synths and sound design too. And so Zach is playing Old Hauer, which is actually kind of a secret character, but we think it's cool.
Oh damn!
And Old Hauer actually he's old. Because it's in his name, so he actually has less time to live.
Oh wow! Yeah, you see so the timer is in the top left, and I was wondering what that was about, and I was like, okay, so each run is limited.
Yeah.
In terms of
why don't you go explore a little bit more?
Sure.
Yeah.
They usually have 18 minutes, but
he's
old man over here. He's got what 15 minutes.
He's only older by a little bit. I have an identical twin actually, but we joke that I'm the youngest because I'm younger by 8 minutes.
Okay.
So. Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing on time.
That's bad.
Zach. Oh, that was bad, buddy.
Oh no, you ruined your run.
So dashing is the main mobility mechanic in the game, and it starts out just like a really good defensive move. But as you kill wardens, or the bosses in the game, you can weaponize your dash, and you can make it leave just like grenades and explosions.
Oh snap! Yeah.
And giant beams. You can do a lot with it.
Yeah, you can go through walls, go through platforms.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tricky stuff you can do in terms of combat and getting away from enemies or approaching them.
Yeah, it's really fast-paced, and once you go in on an enemy, you really have to act on it. It's similar to kind of Hotline Miami, where enemies react really fast once they see you in their range. So everything about the game just encourages you to play fast and aggressively. So Zach left a little bit of money on the ground. And as you leave stuff on the ground, so you're playing a roguelike, but so is the tower. The tower's alive, and it will pick buffs for itself. And it might poison the rain. It might send hunters out after you, which are like kind of powerful mini bosses.
Upgrade traps.
Upgrade traps, and that might be what the player wants because a hunter always drops a good weapon. So you can actually kind of jack up your starting power level if you just draw the hunter really fast. So you can also use time as a currency. You can, Zach got a buff earlier.
Yeah, you can trade in like a minute to get like a power back.
And it'll kill you. It'll kill you.
No, it won't.
No, it'll kill you because you have to
feed it your blood. That's your health, right?
It's gonna kill it. It's gonna kill you.
Okay, then I won't do it.
So you do get health and then do it.
Oh yeah.
So that was a drone on the ground, And in this game, you can get addicted to drugs. And there's something kind of neat that happens where because in the retro 80s future, all drugs are kind of gasoline and petroleum based.
Oh, gross.
So once they're in your blood, your body actually becomes flammable, and that's the real risk.
That's kind of a callback to Noita, which we played earlier.
Yeah, it was a lot like that.
Oh.
So if you actually, if you're addicted to stims in the game and you put your blood into a drone, the drone actually ends up addicted to drugs too, and they'll steal them, and they'll steal health packs.
Sick.
And it's kind of a big call out to RoboCop 2.
Oh, okay.
And 209.
So I imagine you're like sprinkling a lot of references to sci-fi, cyberpunk type.
Yeah. I always play it straight. I go with its darkest, most heaviest, serious tone. There's no winking or nodding. Ooh, look out, buddy. Is that the gas-sided? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so Zach picked up the gas-sided nail smelter, which
Y'all got some wild names for these weapons, but also like the weapons themselves are pretty wild too.
It's great to localize things like the gas-sided nail smelter, and it needs to fit in a box this big in German. So it's super easy.
Imagine that.
So the gas-sided nail smelter, wherever you're aiming, it'll leave little little clouds of combustible gas.
Close.
But then the projectile it fires is hot, so it'll combust things that are combustible, and it'll create giant explosions, which are really player hostile, honestly, and they're awesome. So things that are more powerful always present more liability for the player.
Okay.
And it's about just giving the player more tools, and then they figure out like how good or bad they are. To them at the time.
I was gonna ask about because when I was playing, I noticed like the sky melt had its like own meter and a bunch of icons next to that meter. And I was wondering what that was. So you mentioned that the tower itself is alive in a sense. It has its own properties, like you said, it can rain poison or something. So and there's like a lot of moments where there's just like a lot of stuff happening on screen in terms of like the art and just like the momentum. Like the screen shakes and there's like thunderstorms, and I'm like, am I being damaged, or like is this something I should worry about, or is this purely an aesthetic thing? Like
that's a great question. The game is overwhelming by design.
Okay,
and that's reflected in the audio and the gameplay and the visuals. So that's part of it, and it's up to the player to figure that out. And that is intentional, but it's chaotic.
It's like choose your own difficulty kind of.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the gun that also blows you up if you use it wrong, but you could.
Yeah, a lot of the difficulty in the game is elective, so the player can the black rifle.
Yeah, it's gonna get so good.
So the black rifle is it's good. It actually uses your time to live as its ammo source. So every time you fire it, you'll lose a second of your deadlock time.
And you can look at the ammo counter.
This thing better be good.
Oh yeah, you can see the ammo counter.
It's slowly ticking down.
Yeah, it fires seeking projectiles. There aren't a lot of things that you fire seeking projectiles. So
I don't know if I'd use that.
I know. It's
time is money, man.
It's a boss killer, so it's good. But
so you like have it as your secondary, and then if you're in a
but it's gonna set you up for great difficulty if you don't manage.
I can imagine. Last night I got it was like a laser rifle that teleported you to the enemy shot.
The 9
I like that a lot.
The 9mm is fantastic.
That was dope.
That is a
because
signature weapon.
there was like so much momentum, and like I'm trying to get from place to place. It's like in a way it's a built-in dodge when I hit someone.
Absolutely. You can use it to dodge bullets by like, I fire and I'll just nail them and pass through the projectile.
It's like I would not take damage for like entire swaths of the room, so that was really cool.
So take the Uber Core. So as you destroy wardens, murder them to avenge humanity, you can you're offered a way to upgrade your dash, but bosses also offer their own signature buff. So he just defeated Uberheim, and you got an achievement. Split decision for splitting enemy bullets. So it's just like a great tool set, and your tool set keeps growing through the run.
A lot of interesting stuff, because I was trying to like notice the timer, but I was also trying to I want to see what this weapon does. I want to mess with it, and I want to read the description.
And that's part of the overwhelming design. It's, there's enough ways for the player to kind of fail and succeed, and they have to pick which ones those are going to be. And it may not be what they were expecting. So,
damn. All right.
Yeah,
I want to ask about the music though, because
Let's talk
I'm into like the 80s synth punk especially. Like I don't know, I dig drum and bass. I know it's not the same, but like drum and bass style. Like I want some maybe some of that. But like who makes the music?
I do.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
make,
I'm a lifelong frustrated indie musician, and making the game was actually a music experiment.
Wow.
And it started out as like, you know, the game was just this is really just a very advanced. You know,
You're playing music.
The prototype just like kind of kept growing.
It's a rhythm game.
Kind of. But it really started out as like, hey, I got my Nuclear Throne ripoff here, and then my John Carpenter ripoff here, and then they started like kind of change, and they met in the middle. It's like, oh, now this is like really unique now.
That's really
like
cool.
It. So,
snap.
yeah, it was, and the music informs the gameplay sometimes. And in the game, conceptually, like the music is the voice of Skymelt. So it's rapturous, it's angry, it's
aggressive,
it's joyous, it's mean, it's savage. As you kill its children, the wardens, you know, it's not pleased with that.
Yeah.
So
the music, I imagine, like changes as you progress, like to different. Is it it's reactive to what's happening in the world?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really. There's a few
sweet tunes playing.
Yeah,
though.
there's a few like rare tracks that happen. Like for each zone, there's just like a very low chance that you'll get like this super chilled out but heavy track, and it's
moody.
Yeah, and I like that just as like a palate cleanser because I want people to really have that one more run feeling where everything is unique and you never know what's going to happen.
Man, that's good. Who works on the art for this game? You do?
Buddy.
All right.
Buddy.
All right.
Yeah, Zach's
one of the many artists.
Okay, we just gotta. So I found Zach like on the internet because that's just all I do, right?
Okay.
So
find people on the internet.
Yeah, find. Hey, you owe me money. But no, and Zach, he's still in school. He was literally the first person I brought onto the project, and I just loved his stuff. It was super unique, and like this is like there's. You see stuff on ArtStation, and it's like, this is good technical work, yes. Yeah. But then you see something that speaks to you, and it's like, it's unique, and it has an aesthetic. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk to this person, give them whatever they want, because I like Zach.
It was fun.
So, it was Prophet 5. I fought, or Prophet S?
Prophet 5.
Prophet 5. I fought him last night.
Yeah. Fonts and UI are my passion, so I. So yeah, your boss killer. You should use it. Oh yeah. Oh damn! You killed a bunch of bullets. Oh, you got the black nail? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
the black nail. Also uses your time to live.
Oh snap! So it's like a version of the gun that I was talking about.
Yeah, but it's heavy.
Yeah.
And it'll one-shot things that are later in the game. Versus the night nail is like fast and savage.
Yeah, and it teleports you.
Yeah.
And it slows down time.
Oh, you're in the power center. So the power center is really just a converted goth club that got turned into a lightning harvesting facility.
Yeah.
So deep lore right there.
Yeah, it's a very dual-purpose venue. It's a lot like my house, I'd say. Oh, go left. Go left. Yeah, do the challenge room.
Oh yeah.
Do it. Oh god.
Oh, so what's this?
The Bloodlands. Bloodlands, it fell in the pit.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, there's these series of challenge rooms in the game where, you know, part of that elective difficulty I mentioned is like give the player chances to move faster, but at like great risk or liability. So this is one of those challenge rooms. You know that'll always drop a weapon, one of these enemies, but like it's a hard room. It's a lot of horrible ways to fall.
You got off unscathed also.
Yeah.
Mostly.
But it dropped a weapon. We sometimes call it the blood vape. But
it's so good.
It's actually the Bloodlands. But it's, you know, a roguelike, you know, health is always at a premium and health regen is always needs to be stingy. And that's one of the few ways to get it. It kind of works off of a secret combo system to kind of let you regen health. So
vapes your own blood back into your body.
Yeah.
Vape your own blood. I can get behind that.
It's,
the vape industry's got to advance somehow, so
yeah,
I can feel that.
We're just trying to really push that.
Poor guys are really suffering right now, buddy.
Dude, I can imagine that like in a dark, really dark future where like people are harvesting blood and shit.
Vape, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, no, but that's like the premium vape
Yeah,
stuff.
you can imagine like an
premium
elite
vape
class. Like, yeah, we vape the blood of poor people.
Oh my god, dude.
So we can work at like
This game is
you know,
dark,
tech
man.
places.
Jesus
But
Christ.
It's like the Peter Thiel Blood Boys. So
Oh man. Yeah, future's dark, man.
yeah, 2019 is pretty dark too, I'd say.
Shit, man. Well, I
So
mean,
far, so good.
I mean, Black Future it seems pretty dope though. So
Yeah, it's really got that fever dream like insanity. I already have. There's a lot of melee weapons and melee, and this game is just so good.
This game is great.
I would
love-
expect you to say that. But
Dude, if you look at my Steam library, I have 500 hours in Black Future 80.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like not by force. There's plenty of bugs in it I haven't fixed. I just play it for fun
Yeah.
sometimes.
man,
And it's-
you playing games at work.
Oh, the baleen
Yo.
cannon. So, you know what baleen is?
The whale.
So yeah, baleen, baleen whale. They're named that because they're baleen teeth. They're not really teeth. They're like, it's like a filter, like these tiny needles. So the whole, like a humpback whale and a sperm whale, they're all types of baleen whales because they have that like filtery mouth. And this uses their teeth as bullets because that's cool. So it's just like a really
tight.
ammo-hungry boss killer.
Shotgun.
Oh, damn, that's messed up.
Buddy.
That's messed
Buddy.
up.
Are you okay? That looked bad.
I don't know. I'm gonna need a.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's like they told you there was a hunter coming.
I'm
but you
sweating a
weren't
little
attention.
bit. I'm just
Buddy, oh, I did not see that coming.
really
That was-
struggling here.
Oh, so
Doing a little QA testing here, I guess.
as you die, you unlock everything. You unlock stuff as you die,
Yeah.
and as you do that, the game starts out simple, and people will say, "Oh, it's like cool Contra." But then as you unlock stuff and you get to like level 50, and it's like, "Oh, here's a weapon that will almost always kill me when I use it, but it's sick."
Yeah.
And it's like,
But
oh no,
it's
there's
Like,
like
oh, but I kind of want to.
this is like
wanna
not
use
very
that.
Contra-ish. And that's, I think, the unlock system is where people are going to see like, oh, this game is really different. Because you unlock stuff that's actively player hostile. You unlock things like upgrades for the tower. You unlock new hunters.
Yeah.
And they all have qualities that you can kind of exploit for your benefit. But it's up to you to master that.
So throwing a lot of different variables that you can work with.
Yeah.
That always have like this push and pull with the inventory because that's like one of the most interesting thing about roguelites is like each run, I do want to do something different, or at least I want to experiment with everything that a game offers you until you find that one thing that really resonates with you. So
Your favorite gun or your favorite power.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the thing with Dead Cells is like that's what kind of people got attached to when
Yeah.
they did runs with that game.
And I think what's really cool is that because you unlock stuff that really changes the nature of combat and changes the nature of play, the game is constantly evolving. So it already has that procedural generation layer of like, hey, blah, 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 procedural, whatever. And then, I'm a great developer, by the way.
Yeah, whatever.
But then the game is evolving like underneath your feet, and like you're always uncertain of like, well, what is this? Like, is this good for me or bad for me, and how do I make it good for me?
Yeah.
So that's the thing I really like.
So what's your end goal though? Like with each run, you're trying to make it as far as you can before the time runs out, or you're actually trying to
Yeah.
burn down Skymelt before the time runs out?
Yeah.
Like what are we working for?
So you have 18 minutes to live to play the game, but to
What's your
actually
ult
beat it takes quite a bit more than that. So there's a lot of time management. I think that at the very high end, someone who's very good at the game, because it's a very skill-focused game,
Yeah.
they could play much longer. Oh,
I didn't
you
mean to
land
go
in the
down there.
cistern. So there's a shortcut in the tower. Are you gonna do it? You're gonna steal from him?
Dude, steal it. Come
Steal
on.
it. You're
I
gonna
want to see some. I want to see some
So-
shit go down.
Yeah. So now you have to fight 3 hunters.
Ooh, I
And
imagine
they're-
the rewards are real nice though.
Yeah, but you can either buy the weapon or you can just take it and then
Take that shit, man.
yeah, get paid, buddy. So you got him.
It's a savage world out here
Yeah.
in Black Future 88.
But he's taking a shortcut in the cistern where all the shitty drugs are made. So
Okay.
the water is just like disgusting.
I imagine it's a much more. You can take the shortcut, but it's a much more hostile
Oh, the
environment.
vapor smelter.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Vapor
we're vaping
smelter
now,
is
right?
gonna
This is
get
gonna
you
get me killed.
You're gonna die.
We're in business.
My success rate with a vapor smelter is about Like 1%. Like it's
snap.
so bad.
We got a couple minutes left, so I want to.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Let's bait.
And there. Oh yeah. You gotta.
Oh damn!
So
I didn't
that-
expect it to end
Yeah.
that soon.
So I
Do you want to
mentioned like.
explain how it works?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
that's
mentioned
fine.
like the combustible gas and then you collide with hot things, but what the vapor smelter does is it's a hot beam at the end, but it generates gas where from your weapon. So if you use it on something that's too close to you, it's gonna self-detonate and it's probably gonna kill you, as we saw. So it's really just this high liability boss killer weapon.
It's so good.
Yeah, and you end up in a room like the cistern like he was in, and it's like, oh, these are all tight combat
Yeah.
rooms.
Yeah.
And you end up with like the weapons that drop there are all like really high tier, which means that they're really dangerous to the player. But everything in the game should feel like you're handling like a loaded gun that has knives and brass
you're
knuckles
not
and,
just like in danger in terms of enemies, but
No.
like the things that you're using, and like you said, the tower itself
Yeah.
is dangerous.
and
So
everything is a sharp object in this game. So everything counts.
okay, cool. All right, man. I think that's as much time as we had. I think we kicked off at 11:28. Now it's 11:48.
Oh, is
so
it
it's been
later?
20 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot more to Black Future 88, I imagine. So
Well, the battle royale version I think will be called
right.
Black Future
Exclusive right here, man.
8899. So they say when you name something, put a bunch of numbers at the end.
It's a lot of numbers.
And I think that's got more numbers than that Cyberpunk game.
oh boy, the numbers are higher, so it must mean it's better.
Yeah,
right?
it's way better. Way better.
All right, man. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. That's,
Thank you.
That's
Thanks for
Black
having
Future
us.
88. Yeah, Don, Zach. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Have a great GDC.
Thank you.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of things going on for you guys. There's a lot of things going on for us here at GameSpot. And we got a lot more for all of you watching because we got 4 more games coming up.
They're
We're gonna-
very good.
Yeah, they're, everyone here at the Indie Mix is in support of each other. Independent game developers making some dope stuff. So stick around because we got more to show off.